Hey there, I'm Andrea, your 21 Skills Hub teacher, and today we'll be talking about financial literacy. This is skill number 16 of our framework, and it's a very important one to learn not just for children, but for adults too. Knowing how money works will help us to better achieve our goals, feel more confident, and prepare for emergencies in the future. In this lesson, I've also prepared a special activity for you. We'll be making a crafted cash envelope you can use to start saving your money for emergencies and for things you want to buy. And don't forget to stick around until the end because I'll give you some tips you can use to start earning some cash today. Before we get started, let's check what you already know. Can you explain what financial literacy is? Can you explain the difference between needs and wants? Can you find ways to make money? Great, so let's take a look at today's learning objective, to explore and understand financial literacy. So, what is financial literacy? Well, in a nutshell, it's the ability to understand how money works in the world, how we earn it, how we manage it, and even how we invest it. So basically, it's learning how to make smart decisions about your money. For example, you're given £100, dollars, or euros, whatever your currency, by a relative. Should you save it for something big you want to buy later on? Should you spend it on anything you want to buy now? Should you give it to a sibling who really needs something now? By the end of this video, you'll have a better understanding of how to answer that question. When you are financially literate, you have the basis of a positive relationship with money. What's great about financial literacy is that it's one of those topics that you can keep learning about for the rest of your life. So the earlier you start learning about money, the more prepared you will be for the future. We teach financial literacy because it can help us to not get tricked out of losing our money, which is called fraud, be more prepared for emergencies, and reach our life goals. Now, let's try this quiz about money. All you need to do is answer if these statements are true or false. Money can have many forms and it's used all around the world. This statement is true. Money is used to buy something or to pay someone to do something for you. It works for everybody because it's something universal and generally trusted by all people. The difference between needing and wanting something is how much money you spend on it. This statement is false. Needs are the things you must have in order to survive, such as water, food, shelter, and clothing. Wants are things that are fun to have, but you can actually live without, such as trendy trainers, video games, and toys. I should spend all the money I earn only on things I want. This statement is false. It's really important that for every amount earned, a piece of it goes to an emergency savings fund. This is money that won't be used unless there is an emergency, like someone in your family needing help or repairing that window you broke while taking that penalty in the garden. Then, the rest of the money earned can be saved until you reach the amount needed for something really cool you want to buy. Want to learn how to create a cool-looking emergency fund? Let's do it. Let's create 2 cash envelopes. One will be for an emergency fund and the other will be for storing cash for something you really want to buy. For this activity, you'll need either some plain paper. If that's all you have, just white paper or coloured paper at home, that's perfectly fine. You'll just have to cut it in a 6x6 square, and then with colourful markers or glitter or stickers you can then decorate it, which is a really cool way to make it as well. If you do have some colourful paper, I have this 6x6 marble effect paper here that I'm going to use today, and then you'll need a pair of scissors, a glue stick, and again, if you don't have a glue stick, you can probably make this with sellotape as well. This will work just as well. And then if you want to decorate it even more afterwards, you can use anything you have at home that you use for crafts, or any markers, colourful stickers and things like that. So if you don't have this paper that's already shaped in a square, you'll need a ruler and a pencil, and you just have to measure it and cut it to make sure, if you have white paper, that you have it in a 6x6 square. So the first step is to make a fold about 1 centimetre deep. I'm going to start that here. Again, if you're not confident with measurements, just use a ruler. You can measure it, put a mark, and then fold it. So here you can see that's about 1 centimetre. Okay, then you're going to move it around this way, and you're going to fold it over lengthwise, and you're going to leave 1 centimetre space here. So you're not going to fold it all the way to the edge. You're going to leave about 1 centimetre there at the top, and fold it down so that it looks like this. And then you're going to take this edge where you can still see some of the white there, and you're going to fold it over. So that 1 centimetre again is being folded over this time, like so. And then you're going to take this part here that hasn't been folded over yet, and you're going to fold about 2 centimetres this time. That's going to be the opening of your cash envelope. So for now, it should look something like this. So now we're going to open up our paper, and you'll see in these corners, we have a square, or sort of a square or a rectangle, depending how you folded it. And on this side, we don't. So we're going to go over to these corners, and we're going to cut so that it looks like this. And we're going to do the same on the other side, like so. Then on the opposite sides that we haven't cut yet, we're going to cut this part as well now. So just like so. And this is making the shape of our envelope. Now, what we could have done is we could have used a template that you would just have to cut out. That's fine if you want to do that, if you have one to hand as well. But it's always nice to try something from scratch, start from the beginning and make it yourself. Okay, so this is what it should look like now. So now what we're going to do is we're going to fold this part back over here, and we're going to turn over the little flap, and we're going to glue this part down. So just take your glue stick and put plenty for it to be covered in glue. Okay, and then fold that bit down and really press down hard on it to make sure it sticks. That feels pretty secure. Okay, next we're going to fold over these little corners. Just fold them over so that they make little triangles. Hopefully you can see that there. And on this side here, like so. And we'll do it on the larger 2 centimetre side as well, like this and like this. So hopefully you can see that. It will look like this. So just cut those little corners, those little triangles off, like so. And this is what it should look like right now. So now we're going to apply some glue to the 1 centimetre side, which is the bottom of our envelope. We're not going to stick this side down here. Let's apply some glue at the bottom here. We fold it over and press down again for a few seconds to make sure it really sticks. Okay, so you can see that there like that. So then you can just fold over the top flap. We're not going to stick this side down because of course that's the opening to our envelope. And there you have it, that's it. So as I mentioned earlier, if you have plain coloured or white paper, you can then decorate it and design it the way you want. Even with this fun colourful card, you can personalise it. So if you have some markers to hand, or you have some stickers or anything you want to add to it, feel free to do that now. I have these white stickers here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it. I'm going to write my name on it. I'll put Miss Andrea, and a little heart maybe. And I'm going to stick that on my envelope. That way I know it's mine, it can't get lost. So that's my envelope, and then all you have to do is put your money in there. You can even put any gift cards you receive, things like that, just to store them safely. And then you can just do the same to make another one. I made one earlier with some sellotape, so you can see here again, it has exactly the same effect. You can make sure it's secure by putting sellotape all the way around the edge. And there you have 2 envelopes, one for an emergency fund and one for things that you really want to buy. The good thing about keeping your money in a cash envelope is that it helps you to stick to a budget and not have any excessive spending. So I have some money here. I actually have pounds and euros, so you can mix it up if you want to, or you can make different envelopes if you have different currency as well. So I'm going to make this my emergency fund, and I'm going to put my cash in there so you can see it's there, all safe. And then I also received this gift voucher for my birthday, but I'm not sure what I want to do with it. So I'm not sure what I want to buy. So I'm going to keep it in this envelope because it is for something I want to buy. I just don't know what it is yet, so I'm going to keep it in here for safekeeping. Before we have a look at how you can earn some money, let's answer these questions about today's objective. These are examples of needs. These are examples of wants. What's the first thing you should do when you get some money? Buy new trendy things, save some for emergencies, shop for things you need. The answer is B. Well, if you're trying to be more financially literate, you're probably better off saving some of that money you get your hands on. I know it would be very tempting to go out shopping and buy those trendy new trainers you've seen or a game for your PlayStation, but it might not be the best idea. Nina really wants to buy tickets for Taylor Swift's concert. Each ticket costs £65 and her mum said she would buy hers, but she must use her own money to buy her own. She has £75 in her emergency fund envelope and £50 in her spending envelope. What would be best for her to do? Sell some of her Pokemon cards to get the rest of the money? Get £15 from her emergency fund to complete the ticket price? So here, Nina might be tempted to dip into her emergency fund, but if she wants to be serious about keeping it for emergencies, she might want to think about whether or not going to a concert really is an emergency. As much as she would want to go to the Taylor Swift concert, she might want to think of a better way to make up that money. Now that you know more about money, the best way to spend it, and even created your own personalized place to keep it, you may be wondering, what can I actually do to earn a bit of cash? When you grow up, you'll be able to get a job or start a business, and you'll get a fixed amount of money every month. But don't worry, as a kid, there are a few things you can do to start making money. But remember, you'll need some help from your parents for these ideas. You can negotiate an allowance in exchange for doing a few extra chores in the house, such as cleaning the family car or mowing the lawn. You can go around the house collecting objects, clothes, shoes, and toys that people no longer use, and set up a car boot sale or sell them on an app. You could ask a relative to teach you a cookie, cake, brownie, or any other recipe and bake some goods to sell to friends and to other relatives. Do you have any other ideas? Always remember to go back and watch this lesson again if you're unsure of any of the learning. Before we end, let's check our learning. I can explain what financial literacy is. I can explain the difference between needs and wants. I can find ways to make money. Today, we learned what financial literacy is, the difference between needs and wants, and even how to make money ourselves. We learned how important it is to save money for emergencies. In these cases, the money should be quick to access, like in your cash envelope, because they're intended for urgent situations. Also, you learn to prioritize what you spend money on, if it's a need or a want, and how to leave some money aside for future purchases. As we saw today, financial literacy is one of the most important life skills. Learning about it will help you manage your money with more confidence and will contribute to many different aspects of your life. So make sure you subscribe to our channel so you don't miss the next lesson, and I'll see you there soon.